Hello everybody, and welcome to the newest Let's Play on this channel. This is actually the second Golden Sun game, regardless of the fact that it just says Golden Sun and it hasn't really come up with an amazing intro like the first game did. Like the first game, I actually have a friend with me.
Hello, I'm Bass6286. I'm peeking out from behind a rock.
And this is a one-player game, but the first Golden Sun, Bass joined me for co-commentary, which was very interesting, and he's very fun to have around. So we're going to start by naming our main character. There's actually a cheat you can do in this menu to rename both of the main characters, I do believe, and it's a really long, complicated code. Is it Contra that has a code like that as well?
Yeah, the up, up, down, down. Well, that's like the Konami code, I guess.
In this version, the first game has it as well. It's up, down, left, right, up, right, down, left, up, and then you press select. When you hear a ding, you'll be able to rename other characters, not just Felix. I'm going to keep the default names though, as to not confuse everybody, so you can always rename Felix, and if you use the code, you'll also be able to rename Jenna. You'll also be able to rename Sheba, Pierre's, and that's it. That's going to be your main party. If you played the first game, you can transfer data over. Unfortunately, I can't transfer mine over because I do believe you need to actually play the game in hard copy, which is really disappointing because there's actually some bonus stuff you can have happen in your game. So
don't you get a code though? Because I know I don't have like a transfer cable, and I transfer my data over on my hard copies.
I do believe you have a password, but I don't remember getting one last time we played, which sucks. These characters here, I do believe if you do the code, you can rename these guys. These are the first main characters from the first game. If you watch that Let's Play or you've played the game, we've got Isaac, Garrett, Ivan, and Maya.
The old standbys.
And then we get this amazing story of amazingness with a still background of rain that's supposed to be falling, but it's not falling, it's just standing still.
Yeah, it looks more like an artistic choice than an actual, like, rain or something.
Well, this is Game Boy Advance graphics. This is like 2003, I'm pretty sure.
That's true. And it's still pretty impressive, for the most part.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with what this game surrounds, or what it kind of goes around, is something called alchemy, which is basically all the elements of humanity, and elements like wind, earth, water, fire.
Basic stuff.
Basic stuff. Man's dreams gave birth to untold strife. Man screwing up everything that has ever existed.
Oh, how we're good at that.
These dreams would have torn the world apart if not for a few brave and wise men who sealed away the power of alchemy deep in Mount Alepht's soul sanctum. That's a throwback to the first game. If you have not watched or played the first game, the second game is going to be a little confusing, so I recommend doing one of the two. This is basically the prologue from the first game, summing it up.
And this game is pretty much the exact direct sequel to the first one, so...
Yeah, and Camelot actually did a good job with coming out with this game after the first one. They didn't wait 7 years for the third Golden Sun, so, you know. The town of Vale guarded the secret for many years until Isaac and Jenna, whose parents died in a storm 3 years before, disturbed the sanctum. Again, throwback to the first game, we saw Isaac and Jenna in the start menu. You can rename them.
What about Garrett?
Garrett doesn't get any recognition. Satyros and Minardi of the Mars clan followed them into the sanctum. With them traveled Jenna's brother Felix, again not mentioning Garrett, thought lost in that same tragic storm. Satyros and Minardi were the main protagonists in the first game.
Or antagonists.
Yes, thank you for that, correcting me. Satyros and Minardi stole the elemental stars, the keys to breaking the seal on the power of alchemy, and kidnapped Jenna and the scholar Kraden. We'll meet Kraden in a bit.
It'd be cool if they were protagonists, though.
That would be cool. If these 4 jewels were used to fire the elemental lighthouses, the seal on alchemy would be broken.
Sounds horrible.
Well, that was the whole premise of the first game. Isaac and Garrett and Jenna were all out to make sure that the lighthouses were not being lit, whereas Satos and Minardi wanted the lighthouses to be lit. So they had opposite goals, clearly. And they wanted to return the elemental stars to their home, where they were taken from. Yada yada yada.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
They banded together with a young Wynn adept named Ivan and pursued Satos and Minardi to Immel, a winter-locked town near Mercury Lighthouse. Still haven't mentioned Garrett, but Garrett is Isaac's childhood friend and sets out from him in the very beginning. Along the way you meet Ivan. There they met the guardian of the lighthouse, a water adept named Maya. With her they pursued Satos to the area high atop Mercury Lighthouse, so it's just introducing you to all the characters of the last game, so Isaac, Garrett, Ivan, and Maya. This is actually a pretty good summary of the first game, I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, they light one of the lighthouses, so they need to stop them in the next place they go. So they cross the sea on the worst ship ever, may I add, ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we get to speak with Old Man Booby.
Booby.
If you didn't watch Let's Play the first game, you won't understand what we call Babby Booby, but it's pretty amazing.
We were playing the first game, and I still don't understand truly why we were calling him Booby. We did.
it just, you know, came up and just didn't go away after that. So we gained Booby's trust. Thanks to a mystic draught from the last land of Lumaria, Babby had lived for 150 years. He offered to help Isaac, who then headed deep into Gondolin. I'm sure I can show where Gondolin is on the map later on. In the town of Lalivero, Isaac learned that Satos and Minardi had kidnapped a young girl named Sheba, whom they needed within the lighthouse. And this is actually towards the end of the game where they're heading to the last lighthouse. So there's not much summary left over, or so I hope. Isaac fought and defeated them atop the lighthouse, but he was too late. The beacon had been lit. This game also has mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains of dialogue, so get used to this if you are not familiar. A great cataclysm followed. Sheba fell into the sea. Felix jumped in to save her, but both were lost in the rolling waves. Jenna left the lighthouse to find them, but to no avail. Isaac went to Lalivera, where Bobby asked him to find Lumaria and the remaining lighthouses. He gave Isaac a Lumarian ship to make the journey for the Lost Land.
How exciting.
He's like, here, just have this boat. I don't need it anymore. This chapter of our story begins with Jenna, just before the beacon on Venus Lighthouse is lit. So, if you're not already confused, for those of you who haven't played / watched the first one, the story of this game begins before the ending of the first one. Yeah.
Slightly.
They start in the lighthouse before the beacon is lit. Camelot presents
Epic music, I'm assuming.
Epic Sky. Golden Sun, Book 2.
Oh, we're reading a book now?
That's what we were just doing for the last 9 minutes, yes.
Fair point.
So, of course, just like Bass said, this is a continuation of the first one. This is Golden Sun, The Lost Age, basically the second one, so...
I wonder if Felix puts that hand to other uses.
I wonder. He wouldn't tell a sister about it, I hope. Are you sure we should be leaving like this? Once we go down those stairs, we can't get back into the lighthouse. Maybe I should have stopped my brother.
Jenna, is something troubling you? No, I don't think so.
I just... Damn girl language.
What is it? What's wrong?
Never finishing their sentences and expecting men to finish a sentence for them. I have a bad feeling, like something terrible is going to happen. Teleporting blue guy.
How unlike you, Jenna. Surprised to see me?
It was kind of random, yes.
Alex, were you listening? Where's Felix? Isn't he here with you? No.
Clearly not. My brother, he left us.
What can Felix possibly be thinking? I'm sure I don't know. He was worried about Sheba. He went to check on her. He was supposed to be leading you out of here. I thought you would have been far from the lighthouse by now.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Why are you still here? Well...
Didn't we just say?
And so it begins. We tried to stop Felix from going back up to the Airy. I think that's what that is?
Yeah.
How like him. Once Felix gets an idea into his head, he rarely changes his mind.
Alex, what were you talking about just now? What did you mean when you said, how unlike you?
I was merely surprised to hear you expressing such concern, Jenna. Nevertheless, I am impressed Felix went back.
Don't change the subject, Alex. What did you mean? Are you saying that I'm insensitive?
If that's what you heard, then I must have misspoken. Accept my apologies. How gentleman of you.
He's so formal.
Well, Jenna, I think Alex has said his piece on this matter.
I'm not sure he has, Creighton. Drop it, lady.
Well.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that?
I retract my statement, my dear. Forget all about it, Jenna. So tell me about this feeling, Jenna.
What are you, a psychiatrist? I'm not sure we should be leaving Venus Lighthouse yet.
What are you saying?
What I just said.
You can't really mean to remain here. Was that not clear? Alex is right. It's far too dangerous, Jenna. We would only hinder the others.
The others? Did Isaac follow us to the lighthouse?
No, he means the zombies. It would seem so.
The enemies in the lighthouse. He must be trying to stop Satyros and Minardi. If my brother goes back and finds Isaac, they're going to end up fighting.
If the Venus Lighthouse has not yet been lit, yes, they will fight. Felix is terribly rash, young man, is he not? Or, well...
Yeah, is he not? Why are boys such fools? Why are you so sensitive?
He may be rash, but Felix is no fool. His good qualities outweigh his bad.
That's why I think Isaac would understand if we just talked to him. Why didn't I think of this before now?
I don't know.
Please, can't we go back up and talk to Isaac?
I'm afraid that's not possible. Of course it's not.
Things would only be too easy then. Alex, why?
He is an enemy.
Isaac? An enemy?
Our methods may differ, but you and I ultimately want the same thing. To light the elemental lighthouses. Isaac and his friends would prevent this from happening.
So, that makes them enemies? What are you, slow?
They're certainly not helping us. But fear not, they won't be able to defeat Satyros and Minardi. Oh ho ho!
I was gonna say, so you think.
So, Felix went back to the top of the lighthouse. We established that like 15 minutes ago. Why do you seem so pleased, Alex? Why shouldn't I be? After all, the lighthouse will soon shine brightly once again.
Alex, why do you want to see the beacon lit so badly?
Oh, so it's my turn to answer questions. It's my turn to answer questions, is it? Wow.
Herpy derp.
Yeah. Once, alchemy was commonplace throughout this world. With its power, mankind worked wonders across the land. The lost age of men. Or man. Plural or singular, it makes no difference. I want to see that world restored once again, and...
And what, Alex?
We've spoken long enough already. Let us continue this another time. But first we'll have more dialogue.
That's what this game's all about.
We should leave the lighthouse now, before the beacon is fired. I concur. Let's meet at the location we agreed on and wait for Felix.
Alright, Kraden, let's go. She takes one last look and heads down the stairs. Dun dun dun. So this is Venus Lighthouse, and that was basically a 16-minute summary of the first game and why we're here. So hopefully next video we can actually get some gameplay done and, you know, figure out why we're here for the second game and not the first. That would be kind of a step in the right direction, I think. So yes, I'm going to stop it here, so thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.